SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information.
Hi, and welcome to Where's the Action? I'm your host, Ross Benjamin. I'm going to be previewing tonight's NFL matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the St. Louis Rams, game being played in St. Louis. Kickoff time, 8:20 p.m. Eastern, televised nationally by the NFL Network. Currently, as we speak, San Francisco is a 3-point road favorite, and the total in this game is at 42. This opened with the 49ers as a 3.5-point road favorite in spite of 80% of public money being wagered on the road favorite. The number has dropped to 3, so we're seeing some reverse line movement here. Now, the St. Louis Rams' road woes continued as after opening the season with a home win, 30-27 over Arizona, they dropped a pair of games on the road the last 2 weeks, losing at Dallas last week, 31-7. Never in that game, never came close to covering the 3.5-point underdog spread. And then in week 2, they dropped a 31-24 loss to the Atlanta Falcons and failed to cover as a 6-point underdog in that contest. The Rams are now a dismal 10-39-1 on the road since the start of the 2007 season. Conversely, the Rams have won 5 of their last 8 at home, and in their last 3 as a home division underdog, they're a perfect 3-0 straight up in ATS in that role. The 49ers, head scratcher here, folks. Everybody knew San Francisco was going to be one of the favorites in the NFC entering the season based on last season's very nice run to get to the Super Bowl. They fell short against Baltimore, but they didn't lose a heck of a lot, and if anything, they gained a little more in the offseason as far as personnel went. Well, they got off to a good start. They defeated the Green Bay Packers in their season opener at home, 34-28, covering as a 3.5-point favorite, and they pulled off a nice comeback in that contest. They were down 28-24 in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes to play. They scored the final 10 points of the game, the last field goal coming in the last minute, and actually got the cover as well as the win. Then the following 2 weeks, they just laid an absolute egg as they were crushed at Seattle 29-3 in the Sunday night national TV game, never coming close to covering the number. And again, San Francisco was just dismal on offense as their receivers just couldn't seem to get any separation from the Seattle defensive backs. Seattle played a very good game defensively. Their secondary was just airtight, and you have to give them credit where credit's due. I'm almost willing to give San Francisco a pass for that game, considering under Pete Carroll, Seattle's been virtually unbeatable at home. But then the following week, last Sunday, they play home against the young Indianapolis Colts, 10.5-point favorite, and they get beat outright. And not only were they were beat soundly, 27-7. And the most disturbing part of that game for San Francisco fans was the fact the Colts beat them at their own game, physically dominating the 49ers on both sides of the ball. And the 49ers now have scored 7 points or less, a cumulative 10 points in their last 2 games, which is just mind-boggling. Now, we look at this contest, and we see a 3-point road favorite in San Francisco. And you know what, folks? I'm not willing to lay that 3 on the road with a team that's struggling as bad as San Francisco is in the last 2 weeks. Granted, St. Louis hasn't looked much better in their last 2 games. But I have to give the Rams the benefit of the doubt playing at home against a team they played very tough last season. If you recall, last year, the Rams played 2 overtime games against the 49ers. They won at home 16-13, covering easily as a 7.5-point dog, and on the road late in the year at Candlestick Park, They were a 13.5-point dog, and the game resulted in a rare 24-24 tie. So this is a Rams club that has some confidence when going against the 49ers, and I'm going to go against public money here. We're seeing a reverse line move of 3.5 to 3, despite 80% of money going to the 49ers. I'm going to take a shot here, folks, and go with the home underdog St. Louis Rams plus the 3 over the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday night in the NFL. You've been watching Where's the Action? I'm Ross Benjamin. Thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic night and a very successful weekend.